This set it's a big box, which is usually, it's unusual, and it comes with a booklet and oversized cards. It's a nice set. The artwork in the cards is really nice. I really like it, but let me show you what you get. You get a box with, it has a magnet hidden in it, and it's hinged with ribbon. You have sort of a piece of cardboard there that holds the book, and then a place that holds the cards. The cards are actually kind of hard to get out because of there's no ribbon to like pull them. And the box tells you what's in the box. So it's a a rather large box that it comes in. In the box itself, you have the cards, and part of the cards you get two. This is the Schiffer Publishing. This is copyright 2012. It's still in print, and then you get like another card that advertises like 2 books about tarot from Schiffer Publishing Limited. The cards are very glossy. I mean, like glossy to the point of being, sort of a little laminated. And the cardstock is perfectly fine. Smooth edges, not awful. And here's the deck itself. The back is reversible. It has the Ouroboros and sort of almost an infinity. And you see how glossy, they're black, but they're extremely glossy. You can kind of see in the edges there. And then here's the book, Mary L. Tarot, Landscapes of the Abyss by Marie White, and she's the one who put the deck together. It's a nice book. It's all in English, and every card is pictured. It's not in color, it's in black and white. Keywords, reverses, and even the traditional divinatory meanings are given, which is really nice. It's a nice little book to have. Talks, intro to the tarot, and it goes through this. It's a well done book that goes with the set. The lamination seems to be the same that's used on the cards. And it's, let's look at the deck. I have not mixed this up, so we're going to go in order. And we have the Fool. Very dynamic card. We have sort of 2 dragons circling monarch butterflies. Really dynamic. Sort of leaping. The Magician. Not an untraditional magician without the implements. Infinity symbol above the head, but it's faceless, and there's sort of some, magic going on there. This reminds me of a Marie Cassatt painting. She always painted women and children, or just women. Completely different than the previous 2 cards. Very different. The Emperor. The Hierophant. What a creepy card. 2 oversized heads suckling this woman. The Lovers. The Chariot. The one thing that I can tell you about this deck is the more you use it, the lamination tends to chip on the edges, which is awful. It chips, it flakes off, and so quality there is a little lacking, especially on my my Fool card. when I got it, it was already peeled a little bit, so that was not cool. So, Justice, obviously Egyptian, the Feather of Judgment there. Hermit, very dynamic card. Wheel of Fortune, very feminine take on that. Even though there's usually a woman in the middle, the woman is like, she has the wheel herself. Strength. The Hanged Man. Sort of a tortured soul card, the way it's depicted. Death. Not an awful card. It's sort of a peaceful take on the Death card. Transformation. Temperance. Sort of an abstract interpretation. The Devil. A wonderfully dynamic card. I love the colors. The drawing. The Tower. I see one person. There were two people. There's the two people. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. I do like how the Moon and the Sun are sort of almost opposites, but yet in the colors and looking. Judgment. It's sort of like a phoenix card. Rising up. The World. Now we get into the Wands. Ace of Wands. Oh, Ace of Swords. So this is the order they came in. Sometimes when they publish decks, they group the minor arcana based on their number. Ace of Cups. Ace of Discs. Sort of a Green Man effect going on there. Now we're in the threes. It's a fairly original deck. Sort of a worldly deck with lots of cultures depicted, lots of influence. And the suits do stay with their elements. Wands or batons with the fire, you'll see fire in them. The swords with air, usually you see birds or wings. Cups with some water, and the colors are cool. This one, I love the sort of claws up here. Some of the artwork in here reminds me of Aeon Flux, the animated series, which I think is awesome. Just the way they're depicted. I would love for someone to make an Aeon Flux tarot deck. That would be so cool. Very simple card for wands. This one reminds me a lot of William Blake, and I think there are parts of this that are very Blake-like. Traditionally in art, the walled garden is a symbolic depiction of virginity. The walled garden, same as the white lily, or even the white rose, purity. Made of discs. This is the one that's on the cover. They had split it, and so they used the lion, the beast with the eyes. And this one you can tell, this one has, it's been flaking, and even the pigment, the color from the card has popped off. So I'm not too impressed with that. It's a very colorful card with sort of an Isis figure at the top. This could be very much a moon card, because here we have the two pillars, we have water, we have the crayfish, and sort of the sky. A very strange one for the Nine of Cups. This one could also be the devil. We have a Baphomet symbol with the two fingers up, two fingers down, pointing at different moons. The light and the dark, the three-headed. There's no torch of knowledge, but there's sort of a depiction of a torch there. And sort of like the catechist there. It's a really pretty equestrian card. Sometimes in tarot decks, looking at figures on horses is very strange. Ten of Swords, this could easily be death. The Ten of Cups, this could have been death as well. I love that red horse there. Reminds me of the cover of the original Catcher in the Rye, the horse on the cover. Ten of Discs. Sort of getting really abstract here. Some sort of demonic beast, monster. There's a horse there. Something, a ram, wings. Sort of a chimera. Very colorful card. This almost looks like the all-over tattoo of the Japanese yakuza that they typically get, usually of koi or dragons. And there's a very dark card. A Neptune, Poseidon card, Trident. And the last one, King of Discs, a Pan figure. So that's the whole deck of the Mary L. Tarot. Usually when you see the hyphen EL or a name that ends in L, it means of God. So Daniel, Gabriel, Michael, Bethel, the L means that, but it's a different. I think this deck doesn't quite mean that, but it's an interesting take on it. The artwork in the deck is amazing. The finish, the production, that really, if all my decks, this is probably in the lower parts of the ones that have they're really well made. I wish that's the problem with these production companies that don't really do cards, or they do them as sort of an afterthought. They haven't mastered the putting them together and making sure they last. I don't see these wearing very well. I don't know. I mean, these aren't cards I would typically read with, so I'm not going to wear them out or anything. But yeah, it's disappointing to see that they, the finish just wears off of them. And they're so shiny. A lot of people don't like how shiny cards are. It really takes away from them. And to be honest, the feeling of them puts this sort of taste in my mouth. It's sort of like I need to drink water or something, like it's dried my mouth out. I just don't like touching them, to be honest. But that's the Mary L. Tarot by Marie White, and Marie, sort of similar. Great deck. The artwork is phenomenal, but I don't know. I was excited to get this deck, and then when I got it, I was like, well, I love the artwork, but it's not one I'll use a lot. But anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching.